So it's Friday, May 25th, and the rest of the video, apart from, well, the next segment of the video was filmed before this, as you'll see, but I thought it was important to mention that the person who is mentioned in the video, that this video is about, actually is subscribed to me on YouTube and follows me on Twitter. So, the day is May 23rd, and I finally had enough. I don't know exactly how long it's been going on, and I have made reference to it in the comments. I have spoken to him about it on multiple occasions, to which he doesn't really seem to care or change his behaviour. And I don't know why, but I thought we'd talk about Repzilla. Now, there's going to be segments of this where the lighting is different and I am not in the same clothes because this is going to be filmed over a period of time. But today, in this segment, I would like to talk about the biggest case of it, or one of the biggest cases of it. At this stage, I am not choosing to share conversations between myself and this person. I will seek their permission, unlike he did for me, or with me, sorry. And if I do get permission, I still might not do it, but we'll see, or you'll see, as you're watching this video. So it's not exactly the thing with it. I guess it has the most evidence, but it's not. I'm not sure how to explain it, but just...
Poppy has been cancelled.
So if you haven't guessed, his video is about I'm Poppy being cancelled. And so he goes on to talk about it, and he uses a Reddit post, which is my Reddit post. He deliberately mispronounces the name. I'll show you how he pronounces it. Actually, first here's a thing of his Google search about it is Poppy cancelled, and you can see that my video is shown on his initial Google search.
And I got this cool Reddit page here. It says,
so maybe he thought it was odd that someone would post their own video on Reddit. I mean, no one else would do that, would they?
is Poppy cancelled? This come from Alarsakati.
Also, the thumbnail is the same as the one in the Google search, is obviously mine, so the video that's linked here is mine. It's not Alaskite, or however the hell he pronounced it, it is Alaska YT. And here is proof of how he actually knew what it actually was. I commented on this video. This was his response. So Alaska YT was not my initial, but my second username for Instagram, which is why it's used here. It's also used as my PSN, and I think a couple of other things. It was a musical name I went under, and YT obviously stands for YouTube. As you can see, there's not a single mention of the Reddit post or myself in the description of the video. Mind you, he also doesn't put a link to the Rotten Tomatoes site he uses or the International Movie Database site he uses, so I guess I shouldn't feel too left out. And oh boy, we're just getting started. Don't you worry about that. So this is probably going to come across as really complex and might not make too much sense, but there's multiple pieces of evidence to go through, and it only makes sense to do it in date order, or mostly date order. I didn't exactly sort this script out in day order. It's just basically kind of a timeline. So I was watching a YouTuber called Inside of Mind who made a video about a series called Hiimmarymary. I thought it looked cool, so I messaged Repzilla about it because it reminded me kind of Poppy, but it was better, and I think at this point both myself and I think him were trying to move away from the whole Poppy Marsii thing, and I thought this would be like a great place to potentially start. My very first video on the topic is no longer online, and I don't have a copy of it exactly. So if you look at the times, it seems as if I copied him. My episode 1 is after his first episode, although my first video was actually before that. Although, as I said, it's not online, so I can't really prove that, but that's true. Anyway, as you can see, I posted a photo about me making a video. I posted that on Twitter before his video came out, and scheduled my video before his video came out as well, as you can see. Then it all went a bit strange. He was quite keen on the idea of the series, but the creator made a post on Tumblr about his video and also mine. I sent him the link and he made a response video. He is addressed in the first part of the post, as you can see. Here's a little clip.
This is on her Tumblr. This is supposedly a behind-the-scenes Tumblr. Many of you who have been following along with my blog have noticed that I've gotten a couple of questions in the past about staying anonymous as K.
Wouldn't it be odd if he decided to copyright strike me for using some of his content? But he cuts it off there. And below that is where I was mentioned in the post. As you can see, this is the full post. But I am mentioned in the second half of the video, because the second post he talks about is also related. Obviously, it's on the same Tumblr page. But I'm addressed first, so you couldn't really ignore it. Although I'm not mentioned in the description or anything. But I guess I just should be glad that I got mentioned. I also made an apology video because I felt bad. It's no longer online. I sent it to the creator of Hiimmarymary, and that was who it was really for. And we're all cool. And so as soon as she saw my point of view and we were all cool, I took it down because it was only really for her. And I spoke to Repzilla about it, and this was his response. So what happened after this? Well, long story short, he made an episode before one of mine. I think it might have been his third episode. After I told him that I was doing mine weekly, I think I filmed something like 4 or 5 episodes in like 2 days or something, but I was scheduling them weekly so that there was less stress on me to come out with content. I wasn't doing daily videos at that time. I was doing, I think, 2 or 3 a week. I think it was Mondays and Fridays. But that was my mistake. He ended up putting, I think, 2 out in 5 days or something. And he stopped after 3 episodes because it wasn't pulling in the views he wanted. So that's what happened with that. But what did I do? Well, I made 15 episodes on it. And have been in contact with the creator on multiple occasions, and she's great. And I'm continuing to make videos about it. There's a new episode a few days ago, when I'm recording this. So yeah, I'll be covering that. There's some other relevant screenshots to do with this situation.
Who's Kay? Oh, I know.
So this is where probably the bulk of the video will come from, I suppose, which is kind of why I want to make this video, which is to talk about Repzilla stealing my videos. As I mentioned earlier, towards the start, he follows me on Twitter and he is subscribed to me. And as you know, if you watch his channel, he is on YouTube quite often. He uploads pretty well daily. I'm not sure how often he checks his subscriptions, but he's on Twitter a fair bit and whatnot. So I would say that maybe two. This is a bit of a kind of thing. Might be possible, but I don't think that more than 10 is coincidence. So I'm going to show you all the videos that he stole from me. They're similar in content and title. And I'm just going to go through them. But first of all, I'd like to mention a case where he did actually reference me. As you see this image, you're probably thinking, but he didn't reference you. I was my Tanix in Cargo. That used to be my YouTube name. And before that it was Alaska. So he did actually reference me in this description. But what thankfully actually isn't there anymore was that he actually referenced me, and I tried to find record of this, but I couldn't. But I know, and you can kind of tell because there's a extra space. Like, if you look at my takes in cargo, you can see that there's a extra space at the end, which shows that he edited it. But he actually credited me with my full name. My full real name. That's great. So let's move on to the examples. The majority of these are shown via Amnesty International YouTube data viewer, which shows if you put in a YouTube link, it shows you the video ID, the upload date, and the upload time. And this upload time, I don't know what it's set to. It might be Pacific Standard Time or something. But it's universally the same unless you want to convert it to your local time. This was helpful for me, especially for this video. First of all, we are going to talk about, so there's a couple of examples that are throughout the lawsuit. That's, I think, 3 examples throughout the lawsuit. And there's some that I think that I just kind of looked over because I'm like, I mean, it's not really that important, I suppose. I can still make the point that I wanted to make just using this stuff that I'm going to show you. So I made a video called Proof Poppy is Guilty. This was going through the lawsuit and talking about how Poppy was guilty. And then later that day, Repzilla made a video called Poppy Not Innocent Proof. And, well, as you can see, and this isn't associated. It kind of is, but I don't want to drag this person into it. But I just want to mention that Repzilla was in contact with Edward's generation around this time, and he also made a video very similar, well, about how Poppy was guilty. I mean, of course, multiple people are going to, I suppose, come to the conclusion, well, potentially, but I have a whole thing about how I try my very best to not make videos about what Repzilla makes videos about, and it's not because I don't want to copy him or whatever, because sometimes I do make videos that he makes things about, and I reference him. I'm not referencing any of these videos that he copied, by the way. It's kind of why I'm mentioning them. Yeah, I mean, the whole point of my channel really was to make an alternative to Repzilla. I don't like to make the same videos as him because I want to bring different information to the community rather than rehashing information that's already been shared by someone else, I suppose. And then the next example we have is the Daily Mail interview, where Repzilla talks about Marsie's Daily Mail interview. This is one where it like, as soon as it kind of says it went around the community that I guess it was obviously going to get covered. I suppose it could be nitpicking that I made my video about it before he made his. I don't know, but you can see that too. Then next, of course, we have, these are not in date order, sorry. There's at least one later on that is 2017. Here you can see that I made a video called Poppy Throwing Shade at Marsii in New Video, in brackets, You're Too Close. And then Repzilla made a video later, I think, about 4 3/4 hours later, called Poppy Making Fun of Abuse, ? And you can see that he talks about You're Too Close. It's a bit strange considering follow me on Twitter, subscribe to me on YouTube, sometimes comment on my videos, like my posts quite often, actually, well, these days at least. Yet he went and made a video about the exact same thing I did on the exact same day, except after me. Now, if you're wondering, Repzilla doesn't actually really plan his videos. He just sits down, records, and then, he might have a brief idea of what he wants to talk about. I'm not sure. I don't actually think so. I think he just kind of films and might go through his Twitter while he's filming, and then it's like, oh, someone said this, cool. We'll just make a video about this. But most of the time when that doesn't happen, and actually, I think in pretty well all of these videos, he doesn't go to Twitter and show that someone sent him this stuff. He just found it. Bizarre, right? I made a video about Poppy releasing a statement, and then about 9.5 hours after that, he did the exact same thing. This one can kind of be passed off, but I reviewed episode 1 of I'm Poppy, and then he did the same thing a day after that. The Rick and Morty Marsii connection video is interesting. I made mine on the 30th of June 2017. He made his August 19th, 2017. He talks about Rick and Morty Marsii connection. And then in brackets, Dan Harmon, who's the guy who made Rick and Morty, interviews Marsii. And that's what my video was about a couple of months before that. He's aware of that video. I know that he's aware of that video. There's messages that shows that he's aware of that video. So Repzilla had a thing about reversing Poppy videos, and in this instance, I decided to reverse a Poppy video. This was shortly after it came out, called This Hand. The video is no longer available, but there is indication of it on the Wayback Machine, and because of that, I can show you the video before and after on the Wayback Machine, then show you the date which it was posted in between, which is still before the video that he made about the exact same video being reversed. And then I made a video about Poppy potentially ending, and as you can see, there's a link to a video, the net, in the description of that video. And so I talk about why I think Poppy might be ending, and then at the end I mention the net and how that kind of ties into it. And then 2 days later, Repzilla makes a video called Why Poppy is in the Net and Is This the End of Poppy? Where instead of talking about Poppy ending and then the net, he talks about the net and then Poppy ending. I made a video about Poppy needing money for a Kickstarter. I guess information must have been kind of dry then, because 4 days later he did the exact same thing. As you can see, there's screenshots from both of our videos covering the I'm Poppy TV series. Bear in mind, this guy, or also myself, can make videos about anything on the entire planet. So I made a video about Poppy's own TV show on the 5th of December, and he made his 23rd of January. Great. Still no reference to me anywhere in these videos. He did make a couple of videos where he did reference me. I think there was one the other day about the new Marsii song leaks, which was a bit odd because I posted my video. I posted a link to my video on my Twitter, which he then liked. He liked the tweet and then tweeted about there apparently being new songs that leaked. Here is me talking about him not referencing me. This was me in conversation. I brought it up with him. And so here's one of his responses, or this was a conversation. So it takes him 6 to 12 hours to edit a video, so he doesn't think about anything else unless it's talked about ahead of time, and then even sometimes he forgets, he just does it and doesn't think. And then I talked to him about the process and why it takes so long, which is fine. I mean, good on him. He puts a lot of effort into editing. And then he just basically says that because it takes him so long that even if he's copying someone's video and he forgets, that should excuse it, basically. There are multiple occasions where I brought this up, and from what I remember, it's not screenshot or whatever. I'm not going to show you because I found that it was pretty distressing just going through messages trying to find stuff, so I just kind of gave up. This whole thing is what I have accumulated trying to gather things from the past however long. So I spoke to him and asked him if he could reference me for that exact video, the I'm Poppy YouTube Red cancelled thing, which was mentioned earlier in this video, and he said that he would when he got home or whatever, and he still hasn't. So that's great. This was a few months ago. And so that's great. And then, so yeah, since I brought it up with him, he has been a little bit better. He's referenced me at least once, so that's good. Better than not at all, really. If you're wondering, I think he's referenced me roughly the amount of times he's copied my videos, including referencing me. I think he's referenced me or used my content, sorry, because the Marsii vlog leak thing, I sent that to him, and I didn't upload that, but I was his source for that. I think it's like referenced me like 4 times out of like 16 videos or something. I think there might be a couple more or a few more that I don't mention here because, as I said, I just kind of found it a bit deflating trying to find everything, to piece everything together, unfortunately. And the way that he clickbaits some of his videos, I wasn't 100% sure. So there's one more thing I want to talk about, and then I just kind of want to talk about the thing as a whole and not how I feel about it and just whatever. So this is a really interesting thing, really interesting part of a conversation. So I messaged him on the 30th of April and said, I found the contents of the playlist. The playlist, if you don't know, was Titanic Sinclair has a playlist called Marsii that hasn't been updated since like 2012 or something. And I found the contents of the playlist, like all through my own research. Took me like 45 minutes, half an hour of research to find it. And he'd previously mentioned it, I think, on Twitter or maybe even in our messages. And so as you can see, he was interested in that, and then I said that it was a screen recording, and that I would save the screen recording and send it to him. But because of what has previously happened, as I've demonstrated or shown you, I decided that there was a chance that he may take it as his own or make a video about it before I do, because he knows when I schedule videos, because I schedule videos. He does. He scheduled videos once when there was like a flood warning or hurricane warning or something last year. But other than that, you can see that he doesn't schedule his videos, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I schedule mine because the prime time for when I upload, I should actually be asleep, and I am usually asleep. It's like 3 a.m. here is the prime time of uploading for an American and mainly probably British audience as well. So that's what I do. And so I decided that I would make a video about it, and this video wasn't scheduled. It was what I call a special upload, which is an upload that is out of schedule or off schedule. So I did that and I sent it to him. And basically, he didn't reply. He was no longer interested in the video after I made a video about it. Which is really interesting. That implies to me, sorry, you can't actually see it, but I think the next message was like 3 days after. I don't know why I messaged him about it, but it was about that. And he hasn't covered it at all or anything, so yeah, I don't know. Thought that was a bit odd. So it's May 26th, and I'm filming the last part of this video, which is basically talking about what's going to happen now. So I never really wanted to make this video, but the reason why I did make it was for a couple of reasons. Mainly because it was starting to affect my attitude towards the community, I suppose. I guess I haven't been reacting to it very well as of late, unfortunately, which is probably partially my own fault, but it's just frustrating seeing someone copy your work and getting all the credit. There'll be a link below to a article about plagiarism, which is essentially what he's doing. Well, it is what he's doing, and the majority of them. I would say all of them, but definitely most of them. Realistically, I could do many things. If I want to, I could be really mean about it, but I don't really want to. I just want to make this to spread awareness, I suppose, that I have noticed, other people have noticed. As I mentioned earlier, I have made some kind of references in videos without dropping names. And people in my comment section have also noticed, like, it's not just me. I'm currently not monetized, so I'm not making any money from any videos that I put out at the moment. Since the rules changed, I don't really want to. I don't want to have to claim monetization for the videos. Although I feel realistically I could if I want to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get to that stage. I'm quite worried that it's happened to other people as well. And obviously because he doesn't reference them, well, if it has happened to other people, you can't really tell because he hasn't referenced them, so you wouldn't know. It'd be really bad if it has happened to other people. Kind of hurts to think that it might have happened to other people more than it hurts that it's happened to me. But yeah, so you probably notice that I do often, or don't often, but I do talk about Repzilla sometimes. In fact, last week I put out a video about what it was like collaborating with him, and that was all positive, even though this was going on. I do feel like he was at one stage, and I do still believe he is a good person. He has good intentions, I believe, although recently there's been some things that I won't go into in this video that I probably won't ever publicly discuss that kind of, to me, are a bit sketchy in how he goes about his YouTube, but you know, that's his business. There's one more thing, at least one more thing. There's one more thing I know that I want to do before the end of this video, which is calculate the potential, well, calculate all the views that the videos that I didn't get reference for, calculate the amount of views all those videos combined got, just to show you the potential audience that I missed out on from my videos being copied. So yeah, I just kind of wanted this video out there so that, I felt like I wasn't just saying stuff, like actually compiling evidence and putting it out there is really important, I feel. If you're watching up to here, firstly, thank you. Let's calculate the potential audience. Got my phone, just gonna go to the calculator, then go to these videos, and then add it up. So this is minus the Is I'm Poppy Cancelled thing, and minus Hiimmarymary. Not all of these have relevant screenshots And some of these were the information was shown via Amnesty International, so those videos also won't be included. And that's 48,000 views. So that is 48,000 people just based off those videos. As I said, there are others that I haven't mentioned because the initial screenshots that I got aren't from actually YouTube, so they don't have the view count, and I'm currently not connected to Wi-Fi, so I can't get them. So that's 48,000 people that, well, more than 48,000 in fact, obviously, that I missed out on knowing who I was, I suppose. So that's fun. I'd say roughly, if we include the ones I didn't mention, probably at least 60,000, maybe 70,000 people. Or potentially if they were all different viewers. So yeah, this video is just to basically raise awareness for what was going on. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but if you're still watching this, then thank you so much for watching. Yeah, hopefully this will help me make better content or move on content-wise. Sorry I haven't uploaded for a few days as well. I'm really looking forward to the whole Lilith thing. That's really, really exciting to me. I've been doing Twitter polls and stuff about new videos and what people want and stuff, so although they're not getting the views, I don't care about the views. I'm kind of, people are learning more about me as a person. I did my room tour and meet my animals. I did ASMR poetry even. That was fun, even though it kind of strained my voice. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for more content.